All right, y'all, let's have a little discussion, shall we? Guys, welcome back into yet another video. I'm back again with another AOT discussion. And in this discussion, I want to point out real quickly something that I kind of skimmed over when I was going back through the manga that I wanted to bring to everyone's attention. Now, before we get into that, guys, y'all already know the deal. Guys, if you enjoy the content that is being produced on this channel, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, that like button, as well as subscribe to the channel. Those two things are absolutely free. They don't cost you a dime, but they help the channel grow. They help us be seen to more eyes and helps us with the algorithm that is YouTube. So I appreciate all those who have and will do. Thank you. Last but not least, guys, go ahead and share the content as well as hit the notification bell so you guys are up to date and in the know for anything and everything that is being put out on this channel. So without motherfucking ado, let's do this. So, all right, guys. So this is something that I actually noticed. And I believe, based off of this, I truly, emphatically believe that this panel shows the true intention and the true ending that is Attack on Titan. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. I believe that this panel is very, very, very important. And I think it's literally glossed over because of the way that it's kind of written, and it's kind of just goes through kind of the notion of Eren's feelings. Now, what I believe that this panel is a very important panel, and I truly think that these are his true thoughts and intentions for the rest of the world. So before I get into my reasoning as to why we're going to go ahead and read this portion here, so to not take this out of context here, this is the conversation that he was having with Flock and Historia. Now, granted, he was having these conversations with them at separate times, but they're kind of interwoven in this whole panel of the two people that he was pretty much spelling out his entire idea of what he wanted to do. Mainly, he was telling Historia about the meetings that they were having, about how they wanted to have Zeke do the euthanasia plan and how they wanted to have her have babies and basically kind of continue this cycle of the little 50-year plan that they were wanting to implement. Just a quick rundown of what the 50-year plan was. Basically, Historia was going to be a baby factory, and she was going to consistently go through the whole cycle of cannibalism by having babies and having them consistently eat each other to keep the Titan power in the royal family, to where if anybody pretty much got out of line, they would do a partial rumbling to kind of scare the people and show the rest of the world the power that they had. Eren wasn't down with that because Eren cared deeply for Historia and didn't want to subject her to that entire lifestyle of that. Like, he did not want to do that. He was well against it. Getting back to this conversation, I believe that this was Eren's true intentions and his true motivations and his true thought process for the entire situation that was happening. So you got Historia saying, you're mistaken. Not everyone outside the island is our enemy. Just like your mother, most of them would be suddenly killed without ever understanding why. Now, this was an extremely valid point that she brought up, because what she's basically saying in so many words that, yes, there are people who are evil. There are people who are to blame. But you're talking about wiping out the entire world. And by you doing that, you're going to bring in the innocent people as well. Now, again, I've often said this too, and this goes to that point. Eren didn't have the ability to be able to save everybody and pick and choose who were good and who were bad and who weren't against them and who was against them. He didn't have that ability. So it goes back and harkens back to the quote of one bad apple spoils the bunch. Yes, There are innocent lives there. There are people who are just living their lives oblivious to anything that's going on. But unfortunately, they have to be lumped in with the bad because I cannot dictate who will survive based on the actions that I'm about to take. And that's understandable. But again, her point is very valid because there are a lot of people, just even comparing it to this world, who aren't aware of what's going on behind the curtain, who aren't aware of the struggles and the war and the temptation of war that is maybe even happening in our country right now as we speak. A lot of people are very oblivious to what's happening, and a lot of people are living a lot of down to earth and a lot of mundane lives. Most people aren't really concerned with what's happening behind the curtain. They don't really care about that. They're just going to work, trying to provide for their family, just trying to find an existence in this thing called life. So they're quite oblivious to a lot of things that are happening. So if one day all of a sudden some giant titans are coming through their town and crushing people, they're going to be caught off guard. And those are the people that she is referring to. Those people are going to be like your mother, where there's going to be people or kids that you're going to subject to who's just going to die and don't know why they're dying. So it's pretty fucked up, but I do understand the whole concept of I cannot save everyone, but I do have to stop what is happening, right? So I get it. So to read further on, this is where I was saying I believe these were his true intentions, and this was exactly what he really wanted to do. All right, so he states, I know, but the only way to put a final end to the cycle of revenge born from hate is to bury that history and the civilization that created it deep in the ground. These were his true intentions. This is what he really wanted to do. He wanted to do 100% rumbling. He wanted to kill and destroy the entire world because the only way that he saw it was at this particular point, I don't have a choice because either we die or they die. And I have to make a decision. No matter how big that decision is and matter how much hurt that decision is going to cause, I have to be the one to carry the load because I was the one who saw it, right? That's what his mind is at. And I truly believe these were his true intentions. And I'm going to tell you why I truly believe these were his intentions and that Isayama changed the story. Who knows why? I don't know if it was pressure from above. I don't know if it was because of the popularity of the show and he wanted to kind of go in a different direction. But I truly believe this was supposed to be the real ending to Attack on Titan. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you the one reason why. The one reason why that is because of Historia. Yeah, you may be wondering, like, what the fuck does Historia have to do with it? If you hearken back throughout the entirety of the story, any interaction that Eren has had with Historia has always been true and always been genuine. And it's always had this type of aura of this connection that they shared with each other. And they always had these deep philosophical conversations with each other. This is why I truly believe he was 100% telling her the truth. She is the one that Eren confides in. Like I said before, they have those deep conversations. So I truly believe he was 100% telling her the truth of what he really wanted to do. But I think that the story just got altered and the story got changed because maybe the popularity of the show, maybe the higher-ups wanted to change it because it was too grim. Who knows? But it doesn't make a lot of sense to me as to why you would lie to her about this portion, but everything else that you're telling her is the truth. You told her about the 50-year plan. You told her about Zeke's euthanasia plan. You told her about all that stuff, but why would this portion all of a sudden just be a random lie, right? I don't think that. I don't think he was acting here because when he's with her, he doesn't act. He's very truthful and he's very sincere in what he's telling her. So why would he just randomly lie all of a sudden to her at this particular point in time? Doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So again, this wasn't going to be a long drawn out video. This was just going to be something that I just wanted to point out, something that I saw, something that was like, doesn't sit quite well with me. Again, as I said, I truly believe this was his 100% self. I think he was telling her the truth. I truly believe that this particular panel was what Eren wanted to do. I do not believe that other bullshit that we got in chapter 139 of being this, I'm going to leave these people alive and I'm going to leave it in your hands and hope for the best. Good luck, guys. I don't think that's what it was. Because again, based off of what he just said, he is stating that he is trying to not cure the symptoms, but he is trying to destroy the disease. And in order to do that, I have to eliminate the source. Which again, if you think about it in any type of way, makes sense. I need to destroy the source of where this came from. I don't need to be bullshitting here and just hoping for the best. Because that is inevitably what he did. But since that's the ending that we got, we now have to raise the question as to why lie to Historia about your true intentions. This is what you truly wanted to do. Why lie to her? Doesn't make a lot of sense. Again, my only conclusion is that he altered the story, he changed the storyline, and he made the story into what we got. But I think without a shadow of a doubt, these were his true intentions, and this is what he truly wanted to do. All right, y'all, that is going to be the video. Again, it wasn't going to be a long, drawn-out video. It was just something I wanted to point out to you guys. But here's your chance. Now, you guys need to comment down below. Let me know if you guys believe what I believe, and you think that this panel is very, very important, and it's a lot of people who gloss over it. But you believe also that these were his true intentions and there was no reason for him to lie to Historia. Or comment and let me know if you don't think that. You think that the ending that we got was perfect, or that was the ending and that was the only inevitable way for it to end. Let me know down below. I read all comments and I try to respond to all comments. So I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. Now, with that being said, guys, I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your goddamn day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.